Say morning again. It's not my usual stance to take this platform. However, I have to make a situation known. I'm here at school. You have police, principal, youth. Yeah. Some time ago, back in a couple of weeks ago, there was a teacher here by the name of Mr. Allen. Abused me youth twice. First occasion, I made no alarm over it. I spoke to the teacher. He apologized. He went a bit further as to use a stick, beat the youth, swallow up our foot. You know, swallow up our foot. There are the teachers here. And I went to an extent that I was not going to tolerate that anymore. I went to the station, carry out the procedures, had a meeting with the teachers. They begged and said, boy, I not have to go to that extent. Why not sweep it under the rug? In that
So yes, RymeNation family, welcome back to the channel. So I came across this video firstly on Jamaica YouTube TV Instagram page. This gentleman is a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. His child was physically abused at the Bright Minds institution in Lucea, Hanover, RymeNation family. It is alleged that a teacher at the institution at the time, Mr. Allen, he later resigned, RymeNation family, took a piece of stick and inflicted bruises to the little girl after she was playing and she threw water and catch another student in the eye. So the little girl went home and told her father what took place at school. He went back and he was very furious at what had happened to his little girl. So he was about to press charges against the teacher, RymeNation family. And them play and them beg and them ball RymeNation family for him sweep it under the rug. So him went about and sweep it under the rug. First so I feel like him failed the trial right so because and if you see these bruises where the teacher inflicted to that little girl, under press charges against him, RymeNation family. And under the comment section on TikTok on that video, a lot of persons say, yo, if it was their child, it wouldn't go that way. It would have transpired to something else, RymeNation family. So under the comment section, me even say wearing, a person with an account and them not have no picture on the account that try to defend the school after what the school do to the little girl. You see me? So all of that said and done. Also in a RymeNation family, the teacher tell the little girl to stuck her head. I repeat, the teacher tell the little girl to stuck her head in a one toilet and drink the water, RymeNation family. Can a teacher really do something like that? Or say something like that to a little girl? And the teacher resigned, and that same teacher maybe I could go one next school go do the same thing. The JCF member should have pressed charges against that teacher because he know better, RymeNation family. You see me? So all of that said and done now in a RymeNation family. The little girl went back to school and them remove her from class, with the other students and place her by herself. Place her by herself in a RymeNation family. The little girl went home and told her father that she feel lonely. So the father circled back up at the school, and also in a RymeNation family, them dismissed the little girl from school. So the father went up there, tried to get a full reimbursement of his cash, but it never worked out, RymeNation family. So I have two videos from the father to make you take a look at RymeNation family. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section and tell me if it was your child, what would you do in this situation? So let me know what you think about this. And remember to subscribe to the channel as well if you don't know. So take a
Say morning again. It's not my usual stance to take this platform. However, I have to make a situation known. I'm here at school. I have police, the principal, youth. Yeah. Some time ago, back in a couple of weeks ago, there was a teacher here by the name of Mr. Allen. Abused me youth twice. First occasion, I made no alarm over it. I spoke to the teacher. He apologized. He went a bit further as to use a stick, beat the youth, swell up our foot. You know, swell up our foot. There are the teachers here. And I went to an extent that I was not going to tolerate that anymore. I went to the station, carry out the procedures, had a meeting with the teachers. They begged and said, boy, I not have to go to that extent. Why not sweep it under the rug? In that said meeting, they informed me that the teacher do the honorable thing and resign from the institution. Thereafter, I thought that that was it. My child now returned to the institution and now being plagued by disadvantage. Child has been coming here from she was 2. She is now 6 years of age. Monday, she was taken from the general populace, put in a corner by herself to sit. My child came home and told me she's feeling lonely. She's not used to the fact that she's being put aside. And it is the Bright Mind Institution in Lucea, Hanover. Previous to that, the teacher told my child why she doesn't go and stick her head in the toilet and drink water from it. I am making this known to the general public. And this day now that she has dismissed my child from the institution. The very first, it has not even been a week since the youth come to the institution. Now, they are reluctant to give me back a full reimbursement, seeing that I'm at a crossroad with the position they are taking with my child. It's my child, I have to do the best and what is best for my child. And I am advising persons that are thinking about, think twice, because this is not a place where justice is forthcoming for your little one if you stand for abuse against your child. Yeah, so good afternoon again to the peeps that have been inboxing me to speak more definitive to the situation that I posed earlier. I'm going to take you all back to the beginning of what transpired. My child and another student were presumably playing when my child threw water. The water caught the other student in the eye. Mr. Allen, the teacher at the time, saw it fitting to beat my child with a piece of stick, causing swellings and bruises. After being told of what he did, I was very furious. However, I calmed down and I vented my frustration towards the action he took to the principal, informing the principal that I have already spoken to him regarding a scenario that was brought to me by my child. I am not a person who come on this platform to really express any kind of concern. However, I believe persons out there should be made aware of what happened at this institution. Persons who are inboxing me asking about if I would recommend them sending their child to the institution. I would not. The leader for the institution is a very manipulative person, a person who discards the truth and try to pretty it up. After said was done, I was, as I said, was very furious. However, I calmed down. I opted to go the route of pressing charges. However, a meeting was convened with me and the principal along with two other persons who were said to be persons on the school board. They were very they tried to ask me to, you know, sweep it under the carpet, because at that time of year we are there going to get a replacement teacher. And I said to them, based on the whole thing that transpired, I am unwilling, because I have already spoken to the teacher in a slighter case, which I felt a little bit guilty now, because if it was a body part and I being blind, I would be very, very disappointed in myself to know that the teacher displayed that action and I did not take decisive action from that time, and now he repeated to a greater extent. So I told them, no, I am not going to be, you know, sweeping this under the carpet. You know, I am not going to feel comfortable being on my job knowing that my child is in the company of a person that is abusive. They were taken aback by my firm stance, and obviously the principal was not in agreement. I told them I am not going to remove the child from the institution. However, they informed me that the teacher who carried out the act found it in himself to, you know, felt guilty for his actions and resigned. He resigned, and I felt that that was the end of it. Normalcy can resume. I sent back my child to the institution, paid the tuition in full, and I'm telling you about a child that has been at this institution from she has been 2 years old. Not at no point in time any of the statements that were made by the principal or the action taken by the school was ever done before. So be it that the child was very, very confused to now being segregated from the mass, and was saying that she felt lonely. Now, you, after being abused and traumatized by a teacher, I would find it very fitting that the institution would be very comforting, very you know, supportive of my child, seeing that she went through such a traumatic experience, not to bring off scenarios now to expel my child from the institution, because all of this is just a tactic to expel my child from the institution, because I took a stand. I am a parent, not just a father, not a sperm donor. My people, my mother and father, you know, were there for me, and I wish to exhibit the same principles. I love my daughter. She means the world to me, and any act of abuse, I am going to stand up. So many people are saying this and they are saying that. After 5 years at the institution, how is it now it is the first time you're putting the child by herself to sit down? That has never occurred. The smart individual who can dissect the situation will come to a conclusion that this is retribution taken out against my child, who is a victim, and I feel that is wrong. That is why I take to this platform to express my disgust over the leadership of this institution, to take to the media, to the platform, to reveal the conduct on their behalf. My child is a victim who should have been, even gone through therapy. No one sought to find out about her medical expenses. That was solely on my shoulders. No one tried to find out how the child is coping after the incident. But hence, you are using these tactics. And I feel that is totally unacceptable in this day and age, in a modern society that we are trying to build, and our children who are the future. So I just want to shed some clarity on it for those who have understanding. The child has been at the institution for over 5 years, or about 5 years. She has not exhibited any type of behavior that would warrant her expulsion. She has never been put in a section of the class by herself to sit. That is why she came home and expressed that she felt lonely. Come on now. That is totally unacceptable. That is unacceptable because I stood up against my child being abused and make it known that I don't want the teacher to continue teaching my child, because I would be very, very, very worried. I would not be comfortable out there on the road, knowingly that it has happened before, twice, and to an extent where you scar the child. What am I to do when it probably happened the third time and an eye has been hit out or otherwise? So I hope this clarified the action I took. It is not a platform that I use or to any leverage, so to speak, but just to clarify my position and understand that I took defending my child. And any parent out there who is a parent or parent would have took the action I took, or even worse, based on some of the comments. But I believe I took an action that was very decisive and sent a signal. And for that, my child was ridiculed by the institution and put out.